In his book, Mind Management, Not Time Management, David Kadavy makes the case that time is not the real problem here. Organizing and completing our tasks relate first to energy, not time. Time management, he writes, is like squeezing blood from a stone. This is a book about maximizing your return on your efforts with knowledge work. It is about living in an unstructured environment, where valuable ideas spring from novel connections, the intriguing marketing plan that catapults your company forward, writing a book worth reading, or designing a garden that brings peace and beauty to your property. Mental energy and managing. The mind are both vague phrases, and Kadavy unpacks them in his book, revealing a framework for organizing and executing your work according to mental states. Key takeaways. First, mind management. Trumps time management in the creative age. Today's productivity isn't so much about time management as it is about mind management. Shift in productivity paradigm. In the modern era, creative thinking is key to being productive. Unlike the industrial age where time management reigned supreme, today's world demands a focus on managing our mental energy and states. This shift is crucial because creative work doesn't follow a linear path of input equals output. Limitations of time management. Traditional time management techniques often lead to burnout and diminishing returns. Trying to squeeze more productivity out of every minute can result in anxiety, forgetfulness, and ultimately, decreased creativity. Instead, we need to focus on creating the optimal conditions for our minds to generate valuable thoughts. Mind management strategies. Recognize that not all hours are created. Identify your peak creative times. Structure your day around your mental energy. Not just clock time, allow for periods of rest and incubation. Second, find your creative sweet spot for optimal productivity. Your creative sweet spot is the time and place in which you do your best creative work. Identify peak creativity times. Everyone has periods during the day when they're naturally more creative. For many, this is early in the morning when the prefrontal cortex, the spoil sport of creativity, is still groggy. Experiment to find your personal creative sweet spot. Optimize your environment. Once you've identified your peak creative time, create an environment that supports focus and creativity. This might involve minimizing distractions, creating a dedicated workspace using tools that promote focus, like noise-canceling headphones, balance divergent and convergent thinking. Your creative sweet spot should allow for both generating ideas, divergent thinking, and refining them, convergent thinking. Structure your creative sessions to accommodate both types of thinking, perhaps starting with free-flowing idea generation and moving to more focused development. Third, harness the 4 stages of creativity: preparation, incubation, illumination, verification. Creativity expands way beyond those examples. Scientists who study creativity define it as coming up with something both novel and useful, understanding the creative process. Creativity isn't magic. It follows a predictable pattern that we can leverage. Preparation. Gather information and explore the problem. Incubation. Allow your subconscious to work on the problem. Illumination. Experience the aha moment when a solution appears. Verification. Test and refine the idea. Practical application. Respect each stage of the process. Dedicate time for research and exploration. Preparation. Allow for breaks and sleep to promote incubation. Create space for illumination by reducing stress and distractions. Set aside time for editing and refining. Your work, verification, embrace the non-linear nature. Remember that these stages often overlap and repeat. Don't force yourself to progress linearly. Allow your creative process to flow naturally between stages. Fourth, leverage 7 mental states to enhance creative work. The 7 mental states of creative work, Prioritize, explore, research, generate, polish, administrate, and recharge. Recognize. Different mental states. Each type of creative work requires a different mental state. By identifying which state you're in, you can match your tasks to your current mental energy and focus. Align tasks with mental states. Prioritize. Plan and set goals. Explore. Brainstorm and gather inspiration. Research. Gather specific information. Generate. Produce first drafts or prototypes. Polish. Edit and refine. Administrate. Handle logistics and details. Recharge. Rest and replenish creative energy. Optimize your environment. Create spaces or rituals that support each mental state. For example, a quiet, distraction-free space for generate, or a more social environment for explore. Fifth, utilize creative cycles to maximize energy and output. Creative cycles are repeatable progressions of focus and release. Recognize natural rhythms. Our energy and creativity fluctuate throughout the day, week, and year. By understanding these cycles, we can align our work with our natural peaks and valleys of productivity. Implement cyclical routines. Daily. Match tasks to your energy levels throughout the day. Weekly. Designate specific days for different types of work. Monthly, yearly. Plan for larger creative projects and periods of rest. Leverage incubation. Build in deliberate breaks between creative sessions. This allows your subconscious to work on problems, often leading to unexpected insights. Sixth, implement creative systems for consistent production. Creative systems are repeatable processes that help you bring creative works from idea through execution. Develop standard operating procedures. Create flexible guidelines for your creative process. These sloppy operating procedures should be living documents that evolve as you refine your process. Use the minimum creative dose. Break down large projects into small, manageable tasks. This makes it easier to start and maintains momentum. Create a creative cascade. Develop a system of inboxes to capture and process ideas. Capture ideas quickly in a primary inbox. Example, a pocket notebook. Regularly review and sort these ideas into project-specific inboxes. Process project inboxes during dedicated work sessions. Seventh, adapt and create in chaos, building antifragile creativity. Things don't go as planned. That is the plan. Embrace uncertainty. Recognize that chaos and disruption are inevitable. Instead of trying to control every aspect of your creative process, build flexibility into your systems. Find opportunities in chaos. Use unexpected events as fuel for creativity. Capture experiences, emotions, and observations during chaotic times. They often lead to unique insights and powerful creative work. Build resilience into your creative practice. Maintain multiple projects at different stages. Develop a diverse set of creative skills. Create backup systems for capturing and storing ideas. Practice adapting your routines to different environments and circumstances. Conclusion. Mind management, not time management, challenges the conventional wisdom that time is our most valuable resource. Instead, Kadavy emphasizes the importance of managing our mental energy to achieve peak productivity. By recognizing our cognitive states and aligning tasks accordingly, we can work smarter, not harder. This approach not only enhances our creative potential, but also leads to a more fulfilling and balanced life. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video,